sounds like the WBO has ordered Billy Joe Saunders to defend his WBO middleweight title versus David Lemieux. They got to reach an agreement by November 9th. This your boy CJ Goodfella back with the Boxing Clinic. Frank Warren and Golden Boy Connection. It'll be interesting to say this, man. I talked about this fight already, how I felt about it, and I'll reiterate that in a minute. But it'll be interesting to see where this fight takes place at. The UK, because Billy Joe Saunders actually offered David Lemieux this fight when he fought Willie Monroe September 16th. David Lemieux was trying to hold out for Cotto. I could have told him he wasn't getting the Cotto fight because Cotto probably wanted him to squeeze down and weight. Cotto wasn't coming to 160 for David Lemieux, you know. If he's not coming for Golovkin, why would he come to 160 for David Lemieux? So I could have told him that. But, you know, he held out. But he said he had some injuries as well. Doctor said he got the hands of a 70-year-old man. And said he fought too close, back-to-back too close from the Stevens fight and the fight he fought on Cinco de Mayo this year. So he needed to get some time to rest. So this will be his third fight this year. He should be crisp, ready to go. This fight probably happened in December. Be a good fight. He got a date December 16th, so maybe HBO will buy this fight. And Billy Joe Saunders can hop on some American TV. And hopefully they come to agreement very soon. This will be a nice way to cap off the end of the year. Most people want to see Billy Joe Saunders get knocked the fuck out, especially after what his son did and all the shit he been talking for years and not backing it up and not fighting anybody. And, you know, guys been on his side because Kutitz got hit with the RICO for mob ties, you know. And then Willie Monroe just went. Willie Monroe his name turned into Willie Monroe on social media the way he fought. And Billy Joe Saunders didn't fight good as well, you know. And I think if the Billy Joe Saunders fight like he fought with Willie Monroe, David Lemieux destroys him. And one of the guys came on here defending Billy Saunders, says, no way he loses to David Lemieux. Absolutely it is. If he's fought like the last two times he's fought, he's going to get knocked out. Now, clearly, Billy Joe Saunders is the more skilled fighter, in my opinion. Easily. You know, when he's on his game, he's probably one of the best defensive fighters in the UK has to offer, probably the best. Great head movement, good counter ability. I think David Lemieux plays into his hands, you know, very aggressive style. And I think Billy Joe Saunders can box his ears off all day. And that's if he's on his game. The last two times he looked lethargic going out there. You know, him and Willie Monroe was basically a real deal cat fight, man. You know, one guy other than landing, because both guys were not aggressive. And I told you the guy that was going to be aggressive was going to lose the fight. And, you know, Willie Monroe didn't do shit. Billy Joe Saunders did press the attack, and it seems that Willie Monroe was catching him a little bit when he was the aggressor. Then Billy Joe Saunders kind of went back to boxing, and he just switched it up a lot. And, of course, you had to just give it to the champ because wasn't nothing pretty much going on during the rounds. So, you know, you look at the David Lemieux fight, and you look he brings to the table, he's gonna come forward. Either he gonna go out on his back, or he gonna put Billy Joe Saunders on his back. And I think this is a great fight for December. It's great, even though boxing historically is great in the fall, and this is a good fight to end off boxing right before the winter. You know, I really think it is in America. I think this is a perfect nightcap to boxing going down the stretch. You have Miguel Cotto going away, then you got this fight. Then you possibly going to have some PBC fights going on in December as well. You're going to have an Earl Spence versus Lamont Peterson fight going on. You're going to have a Danny Garcia, Brandon Banda, and Rios card going on. You possibly might get that Adrian Broner and Lucas Matisse fight on one of these cards as well. So it's definitely going down in December already. It's definitely heat, you know, coming from December. It's heat coming through from the fall. And there's going to be more fights to come. And hopefully Frank Warren and Oscar can come to a conclusion and get this fight signed and sealed and delivered. And it's funny how Golden Boy has the pipeline of the WBO, man. You know, they told Canelo he can fight for the belt whenever he wants to. He kind of mandatory. And obviously, you know, I look at the rankings pretty, religiously every day. And I don't remember seeing David Lemieux being the number one WBO. But maybe he was. But I think Oscar De La Hoya obviously he got some pull with the WBO. And got David Lemieux ranked, you know. So it got to be a mandatory for Billy Joe Saunders. So we're going to see how it goes down. You know, Billy Joe Saunders, now he's a little bit active. So that's the wild card now. You know, he's active. And maybe if he can go back to his, old form, maybe he can win. But I definitely will favor David Lemieux because this guy looked like shit the last two times out. But, you know, David Lemieux is a one-trick pony. But I think that one trick might work versus Billy Joe Saunders. But he plays into his style plays into Billy Joe Saunders' hand. Coming forward, Billy Joe Saunders know how to handle people. He knows how to handle, aggressive fighters. We've seen that with Chrissy Banks Jr. He knows how to move his head, keep his guard up, counter. That's when he at his best. So it'll be a difficult fight to call. Definitely a lot of film study breaking down. But it's just a wild card that you can't see on film. What type of Billy Joe Saunders is going to show up? I know it's David Lemieux is going to show up. But it's just like what Billy Joe Saunders is going to show up is going to be the hard thing about this fight. But we got to get the fight done first. And the WBO order it. Let's get it done. Frank Warren, Oscar De La Hoya, we gone.